this video, we're going to talk about IELTS academic paper writing task 1. The general paper has a different type of task 1 which will be covered in the next video. In this video, we are going to focus on task 1 of the academic type paper. It consists of illustration diagrams. Basically, data is shown in illustrations, diagrams, or any kind of representation of data, which then has to be written in a structured manner. Let's look at a few examples of how the illustrations may look. They can show you various type of maps, such as this floor map. You can see that there is two representation of the same room. You could be asked to compare and write the changes in the two diagrams. Then they could show you lined graphs. Other type of mathematical graphs can also be shown. As you can see, there are two axes, and you have to understand that there are three different quantities that are shown over yearly income and the year. Then there could be other type of diagrams, mathematical diagrams such as pie charts, bar charts, graphs. There could be tables as well, where you have to see different records. Basically, it shows some illustration which then you have to describe in a professional manner and the manner which is academically accepted. For higher bands, we have to understand the objective of this paper. The objective is to assess the analytical skills of a student or a skilled professional, that they are able to describe the data represented in the best possible way in the most concise manner. The word limit for this is 150 words at least. It cannot be less than that, but it can be about 200 words as well. Now, the structure of the ideal answer is that there is an intro, then there comes an overview, and then there are two paragraphs describing the details of the data. Now, intro consists of what is the data, what it shows, and a tip here is to paraphrase the heading of the diagrams in the intro. Then comes the overview paragraph. In this, the best approach is to write the key features, the objects, the trends, and the highest and the lowest points. Then comes the paragraph 1. Add details, numbers, and comparisons related to one object in this one. And in the second paragraph, you can combine other statistics shown in the diagram. Now let's look at some useful tips to score higher bands. The first tip is to try to correlate if two diagrams are given. The second tip is to use words like chart, graph, diagram, illustrates, exhibits, elaborates, significantly rise, moreover, whereas, contrarily, 3/4, from, to, respectively, such as describe a chart with wording. This chart illustrates the significant rise in the values of A and B, contrary to the diagram number 2, which shows the decrease in the consumption. The third tip is to paraphrase the headings and don't use the same wording again and again. The fourth tip is to showcase your vocabulary. The fifth tip is to always paraphrase the topic wording but keep the academic words intact, such as if the diagram heading is expenditure on consumer goods, you can use that this graph shows the money spent on consumer goods. The sixth tip is to divide the elements in paragraphs. If 5 elements are there in the chart, mention 3 in one and the rest of the 2 in the other one, and group them according to some significance. Use words such as under, less than, below, just under, almost, nearly, considerably less than if the graph is unclear of where the point is. Don't underestimate the value on your own. Another tip is that brackets can be used to put data, such as the number of chickens, brackets 10, is less than the number of turkeys. Use the wording such as east, west, north, south to describe maps. The 10th tip is to use wording such as located, lies, situated crosses, passes through in map type questions. Now let's look at a sample answer for this line graph. As you can see, there are two axes. On the y-axis, there is yearly income in dollars, and on the x-axis, there is year. Then we have to understand that there are three things that are compared over this time, one shown in blue, one shown in green, and one shown in yellow. All of these values have points which we can use to make our answer. Now let's look at the sample answer. I hope this video is useful to you and helps you score 7+ bands in your exam. Subscribe for more.